good. Hey, there I am. How are ya? How are you, Ash? All right, folks. How are we? Sorry, I'm having some issues, like technical issues. I don't know why, but it's weird. It's crazy. Just having some technical issues. But yeah, we're gonna check out Swordbreaker first before we jump into some Dead Island. Now, this game actually looks pretty cool. So this is like a visual novel or something, like it's like a visual novel RPG, and it actually is pretty cool. So it's actually pretty exciting to jump into it. So it's like a puzzle trivia game. So it's an illustrated text quest, as they call it. So yeah, you play as a young adventurer.
Swordbreaker.
Nice.
The mysterious adventurer
That's cool.
who one day shaped the fate of the abandoned castle. But how? Did he save the princess? Did he become the Dark Lord? Or has he stolen the Lord's gem? What do we know about the Swordbreaker at all? Who is he? And how did he get his nickname? This story will tell you about.
That's pretty cool. How was it? Was it pretty good? Is it pretty good?
Swordbreaker yet, and he would have to face his fate at a young age. And who knows if he become that same man known for his adventures in the castle, or if totally different ones awaits him. It all began in his home village.
Yeah, nice.
Sunny Hills, where he spent.
So this is a non-linear story, and the cool thing is that this game has 8 incredible endings, which is actually pretty cool. So you can see statistics on the map. You can choose. You basically choose your way. So there's 8 different endings, and there's mini games. It's pretty cool, and it's a pretty big, vast kingdom to explore as well. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so, Daniel Horde, your food is ready, come home quick, his mother called sternly. Coming mum, the boy shouted back from the bushes. Danny climbed out of the bushes near the neighbouring house, waved goodbye to his friends and went into his house. Eat your lunch, choose. Alright, so here you go, so this is what 1 and 2 stands for. So, why do I have to go to school? Alright, mum. So basically she's saying eat your lunch and go to school. So, we'll go, alright, mother. Like most kids, not. Oh, that's crazy. Danny ate his lunch and left the house. He walked down the village street towards his school. He didn't want to go to school, but his mother insisted on it. When he was far enough away from home, he suddenly had an idea. Maybe he could skip school and seek some adventures in the forest. So go to school or go to the forest. We'll go to school. When the boy reached his school, he opened the door and sat down at his desk. The teacher said something about letters in the alphabet, but he wasn't very interested. All his thoughts were about the future. He wanted to grow up as soon as possible. So after the class finished, when all the students and teachers left the classroom, Danny stayed behind and saw that there was a strange black book on the teacher's desk. Should he take it or not? Take the book or don't take it? Pretty much. Hey, Kills, what's going on, buddy? What's happening, man? This game's actually pretty interesting. Alright, it's crazy. Alright, I won't take the book. Daniels decided not to touch a strange book. He hated reading because he read by syllables. It probably didn't contain any valuable information to him. The boy went back home. Oh, so good. So 10 years had passed. Daniel grew up. He still wanted to become a soldier. However, now he was worried about one thing, whether he wanted to be a soldier in the Royal Army or a free warrior. One summer day, a Raglan enlistment officer arrived in Sunny Hills. He stopped at the tavern got off his horse and rang the bell to gather the people for an announcement. When they finally gathered around him, the officer unfolded a scroll with a seal. In the name of King Stefan, I command all young men between the ages of 20 and 25 to be drafted in the army for 5 years. The mobilization is being carried out due to the increased activity of the Imperial troops on our western borders. The men must arrive at the barracks in Ringren within 10 days. Those who decide to dodge the draft will be hanged for treason. Ooh. The officer read after that. His assistants handed out draft cards to all the men who fit the requirements. Danny realized that it was the moment to make a difficult choice in his life. Should he go to Redwood or try to escape into the woods? Maybe he should just ask the officer a silly question. Oh, that's crazy. So you can join the army, escape into the forest, ask a silly question. Let's join the army. So Denny made a decision he will join the army. He ran away from it. Why run away from it? Running away is for weaklings. He's not like that. The young man told his mother about his decision. She wasn't happy, of course, but she did say something. She didn't say anything against it. Daniel looked at a small bag of provisions, his father's sword, kissed his mother's goodbye, and set off for Rangwin. Is it Rangwin? Weird name. He knew that from that moment he was on his own and had to protect himself outside Sunny Hills. Then he found himself on a country road. The road to the city was far away. Interesting. So it's pretty funny. This game's all about reading. It's interesting. So suddenly he heard rustling noise. He looked around but couldn't find the source of the sound. Should he stop paying attention to the noise and move on, or should he examine the ground nearby? I'll move on. While hearing things, the young man shrugged and walked on. The sun was going down. Then he stopped and marveled at the beautiful pink sunset. He had never been so far away from home alone before. Daniel left the road and went towards the forest to spend the night there. He lay down on the grass and began to fall asleep. The warm breeze and the rustle of leaves lulled him to sleep. Lulled him to sleep, basically. Suddenly a black shadow appeared over him. What should he do? Should he attack the shadow, or maybe just should wait and see what happens? Or should he run away? Let's wait and see what happens. Danny decided to be brave and see what happens next. The shadow approached him. "Hey fellow," said a man in rags. "Have you got any food?" "Sure, here you are." Daniel gave the stranger some bread. They ate together, and then the tramp prepared to leave. "Here, take this ring. It's not gold, it's just looks like it. Maybe you'll be able to manage to sell it to somebody." He smiled and left. Daniel put the ring in his pocket and went to sleep. Continue. The morning came. The cloudless sky promised a beautiful day. Daniel gathered up his belongings and wandered down the road until he came to a fork in the road. The inscription on the sign read, "Straight ahead to Ragwin, right to Nye Lake, left to the Black River." He needed to go to Ragwin. Why not go for adventures? Alright, so straight ahead to Ragwin. Alright, so we'll go straight ahead. We'll keep on the path. I want to stay on the path. I don't want to get in trouble here. Stay on the path. Stick around, guys, because in an hour's time we're going to be jumping on the Dead Island 2. We're going to be giving away a copy of the game. It's the gold edition, so you'll be able to win a copy of the gold edition, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I love playing the game, and it's pretty cool, so it's definitely going to be good. Alright, this is an interesting type of game. It's like a novel that you're just playing through. So Jenny walked slowly along the road to the north. Up ahead in the middle of the road, Danny saw several merchant wagons. There was nothing unusual. Merchants often travelled in Sunny Hills. He came up to the wagons and realised that the people near the wagons were not exactly merchants, or were not merchants at all. It was a camp of bandits who recently robbed a merchant caravan. Boxes of goods and provisions were partially open and scattered along the road, and in the ditch near the road lay 3 corpses, apparently. Those were the merchants themselves. 3 armed bandits sat near the fire and were frying something. When they heard Daniel's footsteps, they turned and looked at him questioningly. What should he do? Try to talk to them, draw a sword and attack them, or sarcasm, or maybe shock the bandits and run through their camp? Talk, attack, sarcasm, run through the camp. Alright, so, hey, hello, I. Danny was confused what to say. Who the hell are you? Hey, Cockeye, look at this guy. When he said he'd think value of him. One of the vets, which was the fastest, interrupted him. Then Cockeye Bandit came up to Danny, hooked him by the arm and led him to his accomplices. These two were strange as well. One was fat and bald, the other was middle build with mustache and turban on his head. When the Cockeye Bandit brought Danny to the others, he asked, do you have any valuables? Boy, come on, give it to us. What did Danny reply? I have nothing of value, the young man said frighteningly. Okay, then the fat bandit sighed and nodded at Cockeye. The Cockeye Bandit drew a dagger and stabbed Daniel in the stomach. Then he fell to his knees, then fainted from loss of blood and died. What? Oh, alright. Yeah, I'm gonna cut you all to pieces. I'll slash you all into pieces, Daniel cried out and rushed to attack the bandits. The bandits opened their mouths with surprise as Danny attacked them furiously. He was like a whirlwind. As he got close to them, he gutted the wall with a few swings of his sword. Some got their arms cut off. Defeated bandits fell on the ground. Should Danny move on or examine their caravan? I'll examine the caravan, see what happens. This is pretty funny. Since they're dead, why not see what they've got here, said Denny to himself, and came up to one of the wagons with some bundles and boxes. The boxes were piled upon one upon the other, and the young man decided to see what was in the box at the bottom. He tried to tear off the side of the bottom box to open it. However, he only loosened the load. One of the upper boxes fell on his head. Daniel's bloody body fell on the road along with ill-fated box. The box fell apart and some heavy metal parts fell out of it. Interesting. I'll move on. Obviously, it was a bad choice. That's cool. I like that you can go back and it sort of like chooses it for you. It's interesting. So after dealing with the bandits, Danny continued his journey along the road to the city until he noticed that there was a small road to the left which led to the Black River. Should he go to the Black River or move on? I'll move on. We'll keep going. Obviously, we don't want to get him injured again. The morning was warm. The sun continued to rise higher in the sky. A dense forest surrounded the road on both sides and created a shadow on the ground. A little further on, Denny heard noises in the forest to his right. Having looked around, he saw a man tied to a tree. The sun's rays had not reached him, so he was in the shadows. Should Denny approach him, or better not? Or maybe he should watch what the man would do. It's kind of cool. You can actually put the text away. Alright, we'll approach the man. Then you walked over to the captive and looked at him. The man was in leather armor, light skin, and black hair on his head was light and ponytail. Hey you, the captive shouted, please help me. We don't have much time, untie me. Wait a second, tell me who you are first. Maybe you're one of the bandits, Danny assumed. Of course I'm not. I'm a simple adventurer who got caught by the bandits from the road. Could you hurry up? The man said hurriedly. Alright, Daniel said, cut the rope. Without saying the word, the man ran away deep into the forest. Danny didn't understand what happened. Should he run after him or leave him go and go on? Go on. We'll leave him. The lonely, winding road led Daniel to Rangwin. The silhouette of the royal castle was already visible in the distance. To the left of the road, a young man saw an unusual stone with a hole, attracted by the totem. Then he went to it. When the totem wasn't too far away, the young hero felt that he couldn't go any further. It was as if an invisible wall prevented him from approaching the totem. He tried to go back to the road, but the totem wouldn't let him go there either. Then he saw some glowing stones near his feet. Okay. Assembling all the stones of the same type from the pieces went to... Okay. Alright. What? What's going on? Oh, Daniel was dead. Oh. What? Oh, what? I died just from a simple little mini game? Oh, man.
Swordbreaker. What
That's
do you
crazy.
know about this story? And it all
It's
began-
funny because it reads now, but you got to read the story and then you choose your way. It's actually interesting. Why do I have to go to school? What's this strange berries? I haven't seen this one. Ten years have passed. Alright, so we've already read this bit before, right? So, alright. Let's ask a silly question. What time do you have to wake up in the army? Denny shouted. You must wake up at 6 in the morning because the only thing you want to do at 6 in the morning is killing people. Wow. This is crazy. Oh, we know these bandits are bad. Kicked him with his knee. Okay, so what do they got? So Denny's longsword pierced him, grabbed him by his sword hand. Wow, cut off their heads. This is crazy. Right, we'll untie him. Alright, so we've got to put this together, right? So does anybody see so we're going to match the pieces, right? But we can't make a mistake. So we get two chances. The cool thing is that the mini games are pretty simple, but you got to sort of work them out. I'm trying to work this out. Okay, so I've got this piece here. That looks like I might go with that piece. Yes, I got one. All right, I've got one. We got a piece. All right. So we got to work out the rest. The music just makes it more intense. Okay, so this piece here has got like a long edge. Okay, so I've got a feeling this one goes with this one. Yes, there's two. Alright. Oh man, this is tricky. Oh, really, Missed Icy Feet? You're gonna try and stay awake? Well, it's not too much longer, man. Not too much longer, bud. It's gonna be cool. This is actually pretty interesting now. Oh, really? Well, what's been happening? Tell me about your week, man. Tell me about your week. What's been so busy about it? Tell me all about your week. So that piece, I reckon will go. Yes. Had to MKV move dirt on Wednesday for my AG science class. That's crazy, man. It's cool, but there's no one. Feeling this one goes to this one, yep. This one, go with this one. Hey! Daniel assembled all the stones of the same type and received a scroll of water. Nice. Alright, the dusty road led him to the fork in the road. There was a sign, Rangwood straight ahead, Grotto to the right. When he was a kid, he visited a fair in Rangwood with his mother. But he'd never been to Grotto and heard only stories about this goblin city. What should brave Daniel go? Go straight ahead. Well, then I'm not delegating. Just go straight in. That's cool. Getting ready to varnish it. Nice. It's pretty cool. So Daniel chose the path to Raglan. The big city seemed to be a very attractive place to live in and to have a future career in the army there. It was getting dark. Danny could see the city gate up ahead and there was some guards near them. When he reached the gate, Danny paused for a moment, considering his decision to join the Royal Army. But then he gathered his thoughts and took a step into a new chapter in his life. The city was secured by a massive wall, and in the center above the city there towered the beautiful castle of King Stephen. Around the castle there were the houses of townspeople. Then he had to go to the king's castle to get a job. However, it was getting late. He needed to spend the night somewhere first. Spend the night in the alley, go to the tavern. Daniel decided to spend the night in the alley. He lay down a pile of chairs and began to fall asleep. The smell was awful there, but he hadn't much choice. The young man fell asleep but didn't wake up later. A group of homeless people found him at night and killed him because they thought he may have something of value, not finding anything. Dead again. That's crazy. Alright. So, let's go to the tavern. walk past them calmly. I want to start a fight. Start a fight. Alright, go to the innkeeper. The innkeeper was a fat man with a large mustache. He polished the glasses until they shined as usual. How do you do? Daniel said. Howdy, stranger, the innkeeper replied. I'm Daniel from Sunny Hills to serve in the King's Army, the young man said. Congratulations, my name's Angela, I own the place, the innkeeper replied indifferently. I'd like to spend the night here, Danny said. No problem. 5 gold for a bed, said Angela. Or you can work it off. See those 2 very drunk gentlemen over there at the table in the corner? They need to cool off before they start disturbing other visitors. If you help, you'll get a bed till tomorrow morning. What should Danny reply? Alright, we'll go calm the drunkards. No problem, I'll figure it out, Danny said. They walked over to the indicator table. 2 drunken men, a little more than a meter tall, were arguing loudly about something. If it weren't for me, you'd never have brought a ring to the mountain, the first man shouted. Oh, that's Frodo. It's Frodo. Alright. No worries, man. Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's just like, how can you sleep? Like, it's 6 o'clock. Where are you? You're in Tasmania, aren't you, Miss Dicey Feet? Like, you're in Tasmania or whatever it is? What time is it? Like, what time is it? It'd be the same time as us, wouldn't it? It's Arvo in WA still, watching the supercars as well, DJ. Nah, that's cool. Watch the supercars, Ash. All good, man. Like I said, I'm going to be jumping over soon. I've got to stream this because obviously I've been asked to. But it's cool. Like, it's actually pretty cool, like the way that the story unfolds. I can't believe that they got Lord of the Rings in here. Like, it's pretty funny. They beat me up. That's crazy. Like, oh my God. All right. The sun was shining annoyingly on a sleeping young man. He had to get up. Daniel dressed and left the tavern. It was a beautiful sunny day. It was time to go to the castle and enlist in the army. So basically it's saying that the barracks smell sweat and socks. Cheerful Joyce voice. It's crazy. Man, there's so much to read. Leaving through the east gate, Daniel took to the road that led him to the grotto. It was a long way to go, but what could be better than going on a special mission? After all, this was definitely an opportunity to become famous and help the kingdom. Let's go on. I'm not throwing a stone at a tree because knowing my luck, it's going to be bad. Oh, let's go kicked in the face. So Denny reached a fork in the road. The road there divided into 2 opposite routes. One road led north and the other one led south. KR was the last thing that he heard. A foot slammed into his chin and he fell to the road. Dropping his sword, he saw stars from the strong and unexpected blow, but his hand was still gripping for his sword. When Denny finally came to his senses, he saw a girl with an unusual appearance. She examined him carefully as he recovered from the blow. "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else." The girl started apologizing. Daniel stood up, rubbed his chin and glared at her. "How often do you knock out people you don't know?" "It's a bad habit," Daniel said and picked up his sword. "No, I was looking for someone and thought that you were him. To be more precise, one of them." The girl tried to justify her actions. "It didn't sound very convincing. What should I do with you?" Danny asked. Get acquainted with her, punish her, or leave?" "Oh, well, let's get acquainted with her. We'll find out who she is." "Who are you anyway?" Danny asked. "I'm Jackie Tyan," the girl replied. "Nice to meet you, Jackie. I'm Daniel." "Oh, let's forget about this incident. So who were you looking for?" Daniel smiled. "Two strange travellers were seen in the area between the swamps and the village of the foothills. According to eyewitnesses, these two are clearly not from our region. They're actively looking for something." Jackie said, "I see. So what does this have to do with you?" "Many people travel through Dorgan, and these are just two more of them," Daniel said. "It's not that simple, Daniel," Jackie said with a grin, and I folded a royal scroll with a seal on it. "I'm the King's secret agent. King Stefan sent me personally to search for these strangers. I can't reveal all the details. All I can say is that there is suspicion that they want to get in the way of one of our scientific discoveries. This in turn can change the course of the war with the Mingles." Mingles? What a name. "Well, what a twist. So you're looking for these guys to kill them, or they being thrown in prison?" the young man asked in surprise. "If I have proof that they are guilty, I must kill them at once. If there is no proof, then I'll have to let them go. But it seems to me that these guys are not so simple, and most likely they are well prepared. By the way, I can see that you are a strong young man with a weapon. And listen to my story, so I'd like to offer you to investigate this case with me. What do you say? Will you help your kingdom?" Sure. I'll help out." "Alright, I'll help you," Danny said. "That's great. It'll be more fun together," Jackie said. "That's great." So they went together along the road and led north along the Dogan Range. Swampy places with dead trees started to appear on the left side of the road. It got dark. Daniel and Jackie camped near a dry tree that stood on the edge of the small lake. They made a fire and made their beds out of dry grass. The clear, starry sky sank below the horizon and crickets were chirping somewhere in the grass. Daniel was almost asleep when he heard a splash of water. The young man looked at the lake and he broke out in a cold sweat. Two drowned men were quietly coming out of the water. One was walking towards the young man and the other one towards Jackie. "Jackie, get up!" Daniel managed to shout. The drowned man grabbed the young man by the clothes and dragged him to the water. The second dead man managed to grab the awakened girl by the hair and dragged her into the water. What should Danny do in this situation? Ooh. Hit the drowned man with his head. Get his sword. I'll get my sword. Oh, he killed me. Daniel tried to draw his sword, but the drowned man noticed that and threw the young man in the water. Then laid on him with all his weight. Danny knew how to swim, but the dead man filled with water on top of him, he couldn't do it. Oh, I died again! This is crazy! This is crazy. Cool, but the only downside is you gotta keep going backwards and forwards and go through the novel again. That's hilarious. Join the army. Oh no. I pressed the wrong one. He was a vampire. That's hilarious. So this is where we're up to, right? Denny successfully hit the drowned man in the nose with his forehead. The nose of the drowned man broke and water flowed out of it. The drowned man recoiled from Denny for a moment, letting him go. Things weren't going well for Jackie. The second drowned man was already up to his waist in water and was trying to drown the girl. He couldn't stand up properly. Danny should quickly think of something. Should he knock the other drowned man down? Or should he slash him with his sword? Eternally, he could drop everything and run away quietly. Alright, I'll knock him down. Alright. Danny ran to help Jackie and hit the other drowned man with his shoulder. The blow sent him flying to the side. He landed noisily in the water. Jackie got up from the water and was ready to fight. Meanwhile, the second drowned man started to approach them. The second one started to get out of the water and was preparing to attack again. Jackie moved fast first to kick the drowned man in the head. The rotten body of the dead man got broken in the area of the mouth and a slow flew spectacularly to the side. The drowned man fell on his back into the water and didn't rise again. Okay, so he's basically kicked him in the face. Well, that was different. Oh, crazy. What a novel. Alright, so it says here, so the sky gradually turned dark and the road led Jackie and Daniel further away from the city. Look, there are two strange men up ahead. Jackie stopped the young man and pointed at the two people on the road ahead. What makes you think it's them? The young man asked. The first thing that catches your eye is their clothes. Our people don't dress like that. So these people are definitely strangers. We must catch up with them and ask them, the girl said. They caught up with the two travelers who were going in the same direction and spoke to them. Hello, can I talk to you? Jackie said. Good day to you too, said the grey-robed traveller. The man in the grey robe was slightly shorter than the other man in the black one. They both pulled off their hoods and Danny saw their faces. We're travelling through Dorgan and we wanted to ask you how far it is. Is it to the village of Foothills? Jackie pretended. My senses tell me that they're going in the right direction, the stranger replied. Oh, that sounds great. Before we were already lost. Oh, sorry, we didn't introduce ourselves. I'm Jackie and this is Danny. We're glad to meet you. I'm Obi John Kanapi. Oh, it's hilarious. And this is my apprentice, Qwerty, a sky jump. Since we've helped you, could you please help us? The locals say that the whole swamp is making a humming sound and it vibrates periodically. Do you know why this is happening and where we can find the source of this hum? The man in the grey asked. Daniel looked at Jackie and she gave him a small nod. They were the wanderers she was looking for. They didn't have time to agree on what to do next, so Daniel had to improvise. Accuse the strangers or capture? Daniel lunged forward at the man in grey, knocking him to the ground and then twisting his arm behind his back. Jackie did almost the same thing with a kick to the jaw. She knocked out the man in black and tied his hands together. The strange travellers became captives before they knew. Yeah. Oh wow. It's pretty cool. Did pretty good, bud.
I did.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Yeah, that's cool. Good work, man. Good job. It looks cool. You gonna put that with the other one? It's pretty cool. You'll see it. He's building Lego. He's building Lego. It's pretty good. He's doing pretty well. So yeah, it's actually not a bad little game. So it's a lot of reading though, like because you're basically reading a book. It's like an interactive book. So it's pretty cool, but it's like bits of Star Wars, Lord of the Rings in it. It's pretty funny. I'm in charge here. What do you want to hear? I'm not going to tell you anything. Obi-Wan snapped. Well, by orders, I'll return with some information or with your heads. I'll do everything simple. I see a head, I'll cut it off. What do you say? Will you speak, or shall we just cut off your heads? There's no use in threatening us. Our faith and our spirit are strong as the stone. We'd better die than live as traitors. Obi-Wan replied. Jackie took the sword from Daniel and raised it to QWERTY K's head. Hey, wait. I don't want to die. I'll tell you everything, shouted QWERTY K. No, QWERTY K, don't you dare, Obi-Wan shouted at him. The black robe stared at Obi-Wan, and Daniel felt an unknown force rush towards him and strangle him. Obi-Wan hung in the air and tried to break free of the invisible grip, but he couldn't. You were supposed to fight evil, not join them, Obi-Wan said hoarsely, and then fell silent. His lifeless body fell on the ground. Danny and Jackie stared at QWERTY K worryingly. So what did you want to know? QWERTY K asked, as if nothing happened. He got up from the ground, freeing his hands. Should Daniel ask him questions or kill him, or leave him alone and leave? Ask him questions. Alright, so it's nice that you're ready to talk. It's a pity your higher up died, but it's your problem to deal with. So who are you and where are you from? Danny asked. My mentor is a fool. The task was initially a failure. I felt it. He and I were members of a special operations unit. Our task is to find and eliminate the consequences of two earlier interventions of more advanced space races in the life of less developed and young races. We must protect the young races from enslavement and other problems. Our headquarters are on the planet Nibiru. Nibiru. What a name, QWERTY K said. So what exactly were you looking for? Jackie asked. We received some information that certain smugglers said was creating a black hole generator here. Whatever he says to you, it's not as safe as it seems. Creating a black hole requires a very precise calculation. It's almost impossible to control this process. Even if your scientists succeed, they'll probably just destroy your planet rather than be able to control such a force. That's why we have to find a particular accelerator and destroy it, so as not to disrupt the natural course of your planet's development. That's crazy. So this weapon's too dangerous for us. Alright, we'll let him go. Clouds cleared, the sky turned blue again, and the natural around was illuminated by sunlight. The long road brought Daniel to a crossroad where an old abandoned temple stood. To the right was the village of the foothills, to the left the road led to the north of the kingdom. Alright, so should we examine the temple or go north? Hey, Bilious Bubble, how are you, buddy? Oh, nice. That's awesome, Mr. Icy Feet. That's cool. Building group. That's pretty cool. Well, let's examine the temple. What's the code? What's the code? You only have one try. Alright. So, is there any numbers anyway? I'm looking for some numbers. See, it's not showing me anything, like... I didn't see anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing any numbers or anything like that that would, like...
I know how it works now.
Yeah, cool.
You put your fingers on top of your wall.
No thanks guys, I don't drink alcohol. Oh wow. Yeah, it's my little man. His birthday party was today, so he got some whistles and stuff. So he had like this pinata thing and had like lollies in it and toys and stuff, and yeah, it was pretty cool. And yeah, he loved it. Alright. So swamps. Apparently it's Dragon Mountain. How did Daniel never heard anything about whether there was a real dragon living there? Okay, so alright. While exploring some huge rocks on the mountainside, Daniel found 3 possible entrances to the dungeon. Each of them looked like some kind of hole or crevice, which was covered by a huge piece of rock. One could carefully squeeze through the gap, but apparently no one had ever had the desire to do that yet. All the entrances were dark, it was possible to see anything. Danny had to randomly pick an entrance. There was some warm air coming out of the first entrance. The second entrance smelled of dampness. Third entrance had no smell at all where Daniel should go. We'll just leave this place. Let's go to the third entrance, eh? Danny chose the third entrance and slowly went down in the cave. After some time, he felt the hard bottom of the cave with his feet. It was quite dark there. However, there was some minerals shining mysteriously in the walls of the cave, so Daniel could see where he was going. The young man went down a long corridor of the cave. He thought that the dragon could have easily crawled through this passage, although how could he know this since no one has seen it? Therefore, nobody knew how big it was. The corridor led to a huge cavern with stalactites, I think it is. Just then, the young man stopped abruptly, for the bottom of the huge cave lay a huge dragon. With no treasures to be seen, as told in legends. Run, hide, talk to the dragon. Thanks, Mr. Icy Feet. Alright, Daniel hid behind a large rock and waited. The dragon rose. Daniel started thinking nervously about how he could kill such a monster, but nothing sensible came to his mind. He could try to jump on its head and pierce it with a sword, or run to it shouting out something loudly. I'm gonna shout. After startling, Daniel decided. He ran out from behind the rock and rushed down to the dragon. Uttering inhuman screams, the dragon stared in surprise at his performance, but did nothing. It even seemed that Denny let the monster smile. But suddenly the cave became very hot. The dragon was going to burn the careless man. He climbed into its home. Sparks of flames already appeared in its mouth and were about to burst out. Should Denny run forward to the dragon's feet, or should he run back and hide behind a rock? Let's go behind the rock. No. Daniel ran back and jumped behind a rock that stood near the cave wall. However, he didn't manage to hide without being damaged. A jet of fire got him and burned his entire body below the waist. That's crazy. Alright, we'll go to his feet. Jumped on the dragon's foot. The dragon's wing whizzed past the young man's back and scratched the spot where he previously stood. Denny successfully jumped on the monster's foot, saving his life. Okay, so had one claw missing. The skin was very thin there with comparison to the rest of his body. He also found a scar on his leg where the skin was also thinner than usual. Should he bite the dragon's leg, slash the scar with his sword, or plunge his sword into the finger with no claw? I'm going to slash the scar. Oh. To blow the scar was a good decision to make. The dragon was definitely in pain, however, it ended sadly for the young man. The dragon looked down to his leg and bit off the young adventurer's head. Oh, this is crazy! Mithril, what's going on, buddy? What's happening? Man, this game is unreal. This is such an interesting game, but the problem is it's so much reading. Like, you gotta read.
Swordbreaker, what do we
This is
know
unreal.
of this story and
I want to go back and fight this dragon. Alright. I already know what to do here, so I'm just going through it real quick. She killed me. Oops, I didn't want to do that. She killed me again. I can't. I died again. Oh, this is crazy. I just died again. I'm just trying to get back to where I was. I chose the wrong choices. It's cool though. It's cool. I do like the choices that you have because it's like, okay, but you can make the wrong choice. Oh look, snake. Oh, snake got me. So that dude was a vampire. Greetings, great dragon. The dragon grabbed the young man with a sharp movement of its head and threw him into its mouth. Oh wow. He ate me. Oh, died again. That's crazy. I can't believe that. That's crazy. You'll be a hero. I can't believe that. Look, I got 75 scenes of 620. That's insane. Definitely check it out. Swordbreaker Origins. It's available. You can pre-order it now. It's available in a couple of days. $7 at the moment to pre-order. $7.45. It's normally about $14.95 to grab. And it's pretty cool, so not bad. Alright, just give us 2 seconds, folks. We're going to go set up for Dead Island. And we'll be right back, and then we're going to be giving away a copy of the game. So yeah, it's pretty cool though. It's actually really, really cool. Alright, so stick around, folks. Don't go anywhere.